pledge. So we will ask you if we can thank you on the air, and that's one of the other questions that the volunteers will ask you. And if you have the time, give us some of your comments about some of the programs that you like to watch on Northwest Public Television. One of the additional benefits is getting the viewer comments when you call in during our spring pledge drives. We need to hear from 3 more of you to help us reach our goal of 5 pledges. We have 2 right now. 3 more of you. Why don't you become the next person to become a member or renew your membership tonight here with Northwest Public TV. 1-800-922-4220. You call us right now. Thanks.
I'm Bill Moyers. To me, it boils down to this. Only by staying alert, informed, and active can we possibly expect to protect ourselves against abuses of power, secrecy, selfishness, and arrogance. The durability of our Constitution, of our government, of our very society depends on us. I believe that television and radio, specifically public television and public radio, offer us a vital avenue for exploring questions like these, openly and frankly together. The root of that, of course, is your membership support, the dollars that thousands of people like you contribute, freely given and we hope wisely spent to address the significant questions of our time. So if you've already given, thank you. And if you haven't, this is the time to pick up your phone and renew or make that pledge. Small or large, it matters.
Please go to your phone and show your support for McNeil Lehrer NewsHour and Bill Moyers, one of the real stars in public television programs. So please show your support for great science programming, documentary programming, news and information. Whatever you find that you watch with Northwest Public Television, show your support now and let us know what you appreciate about Northwest Public TV. This is a partnership and we need you to become very active in it by calling now and making a financial pledge to Northwest Public Television. The partnership also includes businesses. And tonight's programming is made possible in part by United Artists Cable of Tri-Cities, featuring 45 channels of news, sports, and entertainment. Thank you. Thanks to those of you who are calling. I think we need maybe 1 or 2 more to help us meet our goal of 5 pledges, so why don't you become that person? We have some special thank you gifts when you give at certain levels, so let us know if you want any of these. For $125, we have the video cassette Over Washington, an hour-long aerial journey floating over Washington State. It's a beautiful, beautiful video, and it's a way to show off your state. Get it and give it to someone who maybe has never lived here, or something to play at home when you have a chance. It's a 1-hour VHS, so you're seeing the front of it. They hung the cameras off of the tape. That's the Palouse Falls, and you can kind of see how the cameras sort of hovered over the beautiful landscape in the state of Washington. That's a special thank you to you at the $125 level. Let the volunteers know if you want that. Now for $65, you have a choice. We have Bill Moyers audio cassette. These are interviews, 3 sets of interviews from the Bill Moyers World of Ideas series, and there's a variety of interviews, as only he can do that, with people like T. Barry Brazelton, Joseph Heller, Isaac Asimov, Louise Erdrich, August Wilson, Tom Wolfe, a lot of wonderful people to really give you a wide range of people's opinions and ideas from his World of Ideas series. That's 3 audio cassettes in that set for a $65 level gift. Or we have a book called Life Smiles Back. This book is full of black and white photographs from the Life magazine series. They used to have at the very back page was some photographs called Miscellany that were sent in by Life readers, and they're full of lots of charming, funny, very humorous photographs from throughout the 50s and 60s and 70s. It's a lot of fun. Everybody who gets a chance to look through this book really smiles, and it brings the smiles back. So this is from Life magazine. It's a compilation of 200 black and white photographs in this book. We'd be glad to send you, as a thank you for a $65 level donation tonight to Northwest Public Television. But we need to hear from you so we know if you want one of those special thank you gifts. So please call us right now. One of the other questions that we will ask you when you call in is if you or someone in your household works for a matching gift company. Many of the businesses in our area offer such a program. That's where your business or corporation will match your donation to Northwest Public Television. So for example, if you pledge $50, your company will match it, and it will become a $100 donation to help us buy programs and pay our programming bills on Northwest Public Television. So let us know if you do work for such a company when you call in, and if you're not sure, we'll put some information in your pledge acknowledgement that tells you how to find out. You do have to go to your personnel office and get a form to mail back to us with your gift. So it takes a little bit of extra work on your part, but it's really a great way to stretch your donation to Northwest Public Television. So please let us know now. Our lines are open, so you can call in and help us have a great Monday night here with Northwest Public Television. Call in your pledge before the Civil War starts, and you can sit back and enjoy the wonderful series coming up next, knowing you've done your part for Northwest Public Television. It is part 2 of the Civil Wars coming up in just a few minutes. A wonderful award-winning series that brought in hundreds of millions of viewers who were watching through the past month that it's been on the air. So stay tuned for that, but call right now and pledge your support to Northwest Public Television, and let us hear from you at 1-800-922-4220. It's a toll-free number. The call is on us. It doesn't cost you anything anywhere you're calling from the viewing area of Northwest Public TV. But the part is we need to hear from you. You start the process. You help us be the best public TV station that we can be all year long. Call now to Northwest Public Television. Thank you. Television. We're taking a brief break in the Civil War series to ask for your support. You're not missing any of the program, I want to stress that, but we need you to go to your phone and call in and make a financial contribution to Northwest Public Television. It's our spring membership drive. This is when we come and ask for your support. The dollars that you give us help us pay for programs, help us plan our programming budget. You help us be the best station we can be for you. And so you're not missing any of the Civil War. We'll be going back in just a few minutes. We're asking you to pick up the phone, dial 1-800-922-4220, and call in and make a contribution right now. We'd like to hear from 10 of you fans of the Civil War during this break to help us keep on our pledge drive goal. So why don't you become the first person to call us right now. We have some special thank you gifts when you call at certain levels, giving levels, so let the volunteers know if you want any of these. For a $150 level gift, we have the Civil War book. This is the companion volume that goes to the Civil War series. There it is there. It's a 450-page hardcover book, beautiful book full of maps, photographs of the regular soldiers as well as the generals and many of the people you've gotten to know through the TV series. That's a Civil War book for a $150 level gift. For $100, we have another item. It's the VHS tape called Touring the Civil War Sites. This is a way to go back and look at some of the sites of the battles in the Civil War. Antietam, Fredericksburg, Gettysburg, and Bull Run are all here. They are visited. They're reenactments of the battles as well as a chance to look at the site. Plus a copy of the Sullivan-Ballou letter. This is a letter that was read last night during the Civil War series. It's written by Sullivan-Ballou to his wife, Sarah, 7 days before he was killed at the Battle of Bull Run. A beautiful letter about being a soldier and also missing the wife he loved very much. So if you want any of those thank you gifts, you call right now to Northwest Public Television. We need to hear from you. Thanks.
July the 14th, 18. You all year and come to a climax along a tiny creek in western Maryland called the Antietam.
And here we are back, just taking a few minutes break from the Civil War series to ask for your support for public television. The Civil War is a series of several programs that we're running every night this week, and you will not miss a thing. We're not cutting 1 second out of the program to take the pledge breaks, so please take this time to, in addition to running to the refrigerator and getting that extra soda or whatever it is you're getting, to take a few minutes to call 1-800-922-4220 and pledge your support. We have some volunteers here tonight from Washington Water Power, and they'd like to have every one of these phones busy so they can all say, well, you know, there was a couple of times there tonight it got real busy when they leave tonight. So we hope you'll do that, and we hope about 10 of you will call on this part of the program to pledge your support for Northwest Public Television programming. We have a programming budget this year that's several $100,000, and it takes your contributions are a very major part of that, so we hope you'll call, pledge your support, and help make this programming possible. This is something that we try not to do very often during the year, but we do have to do it, and we do have to see if we can convince you to become part of our financial family here. 1-800-922-4220 is the number. If you haven't ever pledged before to a public television or radio station, it just takes a minute. These people are very friendly, and they'll take your pledge and you'll be off the phone in a minute and be right on the air and not miss a thing with the program. So that's very easy to do. I'm going to swing it over to Barbara here, and she'll tell you a little bit about some special thank yous that we can give you. Barbara?
Yeah, you can go to your phone and call in. We have some special thank you gifts that we would be glad to send to you. Please ask the volunteers when you call in your pledge. When you figure out how to fit this into your budget, we need you to let us know if you want any of the thank you gifts when you call us at the toll-free number you see on your screen right now. I'll be back to tell you more in just a minute. Thanks.
In nature, all living creatures have patterns of feeding, reproduction, and travel that are interconnected. They all depend on each other for survival. Now, a similar interconnection exists between public television and the viewers who use this service. The programs you value are profoundly affected by how willing you are to get involved. You provide the financial resources that set the limits of growth for this station. And where pledges are abundant, programs thrive. That's what pledging is all about. Call now.
Welcome back to Northwest Public Television. We're taking a brief break in the Civil War to ask for your financial support. If you're a Civil War fan, if you're a Northwest Public TV fan, then you give us a call right now and make a financial commitment. Call the toll-free number you see on your screen and make a pledge. This is a pledge drive. You don't have to write out the check tonight. You can let us know how much you want to donate throughout the next year. We need to hear from 9 more of you to help us meet our goal this break. We have a lot of lines open, so go to your phone and call up the great volunteers from Washington Water Power and pledge your support to Northwest Public Television. Call right now. We have a variety of thank you gifts if you give at certain levels, and please ask and talk to the volunteers about these if you want any of these. For $150, we have the Civil War book. This is a companion book to the series, The Civil War. There it is on the screen. It's a large, lovely, lovely, wonderful book. 450 pages, hardcover. It's 9.5 by 11 3/8. Over more than 500 black and white and color illustrations. It includes photographs, engravings, paintings, and maps. They did a lot of research. This was put together by the producers of the TV series, in addition to some other help. So if you would like that special thank you, come on, Civil War fans, let us hear from you. Make a $150 level gift, and we'll be glad to send you one of those books. Now, for $100, we have another item, if you would like it. It's a VHS called Touring the Civil War Sites. Through this magic of videotape, you can go visit a variety of Civil War sites: Fredericksburg, Antietam, Bull Run, and Gettysburg. Over a century later, the names, we still remember all these names so well, certainly those of you who know this TV series. They have some reenactments of the battles. These are staged every summer at those sites, as well as you can visit the way these sites look today. It's a lot of fun to see what the things look like now in color many, many years after the war. Also, for all of you who charge your pledges, if you would like, we would be glad to send you a copy of the Sullivan-Ballou letter that we heard earlier tonight, and it was also on last night, written to his wife Sarah by Sullivan-Ballou 5 days before he was killed at Bull Run. It's a beautiful love letter. It's really very touching words. It's on a parchment-looking paper, and the cover that you see there on the screen is a little oversheet written by Ken Burns, talking about when he first read this. Ken Burns is the producer of this series. If you would like that, mention that to the volunteers that you would like the Sullivan-Ballou letter when you charge your pledge to Northwest Public Television. Charging your pledge puts your dollars to work that much quicker here at Northwest Public TV. So please take the time right now and call in 1-800-922-4220 and pledge your support right now to Northwest Public Television. Also with me tonight is Dennis Harsager. Dennis, you got some great words?
Well, I hope so. We have about 7 more calls left to go in this break. We hope that you'll call in 1-800-922-4220 and pledge your support. We're trying to set goals for each part of the program tonight to let you know that we need a certain kind of pace going here, and we hope that you'll give us a call and keep that going, keep that up for our total overall pledge goal. There are a number of ways that your gift can multiply itself. One way, of course, is as a tax deduction. That means that it doesn't cost you quite as much as it would otherwise. But there are other companies in our coverage area, Westinghouse and Boeing and GTE, to name a few, that will match your gift. So if you give $100, in many cases, they'll give $100. It's another way to multiply the power of your gift and help bring more programming like the Civil War and others that we bring with you here. We have a spot now about cable coverage on Northwest Public Television, and here's some of the places you can see us.
Hi, I'm Lloyd Swain. We want to thank the many cable companies in the inland Northwest which carry Northwest Public Television. Through cable and local broadcast signals, Northwest Public Television can be seen in 17 counties in 3 states. If you're a cable subscriber, be sure to let your cable company know you want them to continue in carrying Northwest Public Television. Write a note on your monthly bill and thank them. Right now, you can join your fellow viewers and support Northwest Public Television. Call now 1-800-922-4220.
Welcome back to Northwest Public Television. Cable coverage is an important part of how we reach many of you in your households. We thank the cable companies. I also want to tell you that tonight's programming is made possible in part by United Artists Cable of the Tri-Cities, featuring 45 channels of news, sports, and entertainment. And I want to thank those of you that have called in. We're getting a good response from this break, but we do have a few lines open. Why don't you become the next person to help us meet our goal of our 10 pledge goal? I think we're a little over halfway there, so why don't you become the next person? Call 1-800-922-4220 and make your pledge. We have another line open. Keep calling. Your dollars help us buy programs. They help us pay for the shows that you watch. Think a little bit about how often you watch Northwest Public Television and attach a dollar value to that. The important thing is that you give. Give at certain giving levels, and we will be glad to send you some of the thank you gifts we spoke about earlier. But if that's a little too high for you, pledge at whatever amount can fit into your budget. The important thing is that you call right now and you do your part for public television. It's a partnership here. We need your support to help us be the very best station that we can. We have the support of businesses and corporations and state and federal government, but it also comes down to you, every one of you, taking the time to call in and pledge your support. And one of the things we ask is if we can thank you on the air and if we can mention your city as a town that has a donor to Northwest Public TV. And Dennis knows just what cities have called in tonight. Dennis?
Well, I've kind of lost track, actually, in this break, because we are only 1 call or 2 calls away now, I guess, from our 10 pledge goal in this break. Prior to this break, though, we'd heard from Walla Walla and from Milton Freewater and from Pullman and Richland. So we want to thank viewers in that area, those areas who've called. If you're in Bickleton or in Orofino or any of the other cities from east to west or north to south, Spokane or Wallowa, Oregon, that you're watching Northwest Public Television and you haven't called in your pledge, get your city on the map and give us a call and pledge your support. This has been a very good period. You're not missing any of the Civil War. Please take 1 minute left, the 1 minute left now to give us a call at 1-800-922-4220 and pledge your support for Northwest Public Television. It's painless. We try to make the payment fit your schedule, not ours, and make it work for you. So please take this time to give us a call at 1-800-922-4220 and call us right now. Now back to the series.
The Civil War continues.